Here it is tomorrow. In fact, we just finished having our lunch. When they started the ship last night, it was about 3:30, and they got us into port this morning about, well, we woke up at 7 o'clock, and they were just kind of getting, pulling in, and we pulled in at 8 o'clock, and we got out and had a bow landing, and dignitaries were there. Well, there was about 16 people there, and Luther had two huge ladders, metal ladders that he brought along, and he lashed together, and he had a couple of guys on either end holding on. It looks like a giant arch there, and then he climbed up the ladder, and he took pictures of us coming out of the ship on the landing right on the beach there, where the stairs come right out and land on the beach, and you just walk through the water. And then we walked up on the beach, and there was the cross for Christopher Columbus, and also a little ways over was a big circular monument with an area for the flame, and this was given by Mexico in 1968 for the Olympics that was held that year, and this big monument was given to these people, and the flame is kept here en route, you know, as they carry it from country to country. This is where it's kept or rekindled. I don't know, I'll hear more about that in a couple of minutes. We're going to go out on a tour, and they've got 8 minivans. Local people came with their minivans, and they're going to take all, or whoever wants to go. The tour is $15 a person, and they're going to take us over the whole island. The road goes and makes a circular thing, and they'll tell us about everything that they see, and we'll have all that information down. We did, when we landed, we went up and said hello to all the dignitaries and all the people there, and took pictures and all this and that stuff. And then we went and run back in and got our snorkels and suits and went out, and there was reefs close to shore. But these reefs were not in such hot shape. There was many fishes, but they seemed to be like a dying reef, where it gets a kind of a greenish algae on it. I don't know why we were talking about that, because there certainly isn't any people here. There's no pollution. There's no houses along the beach or nothing like that. And we were wondering, why is that happening? I'm going to ask one of the guys today and see what they have to say. Here comes Papa. Is it time to go?
Nope.
Not yet. So, well, let you know what happens when we get back. I walked down the whole beach down to as far as I could go. Well, I could have gone further, but I knew that lunch was coming up, and they'd be wanting me there.
Can't miss a meal.
No, Ralph says we can't miss a meal, and that's the way it goes. So we'll talk to you later on. Well, after lunch, we toured the town of Cockburn, which is on San Salvador, and this island is about 7 miles across, maybe about 12 miles long, maybe not quite that long, and beach all over. It's just miles and miles of beach with nobody. You never see anybody on the beach. I have yet to see anybody on the beach except us people from the ship. There are 800 people here, and they are in little settlements, a little grouping. Oh, excuse me, little grouping here and there. We had, as our guide, we had the Baptist minister, and he had his van that he used for a school bus and for, well, they bus people for church too. And he showed us where his house was, and he showed us where his church was. There seems to be about 8 different kinds of religions here, 8 different churches. It's not all Catholic. It's quite a different variety of them. We saw the old museum, And we saw a lot of crockery, because there have been 48 archaeology sites here and digs. And at one end of this island was a complex of houses and whatever, and it was called the Bahamian Archaeology, Ecology, Marine Botany and Biology Foundation. So they're doing things there, and people are coming in. I forget what the place was. Gosh, something about New York Finger Institute, something like that. But anyway, they're coming in and they're digging and they're doing their things. When we went up to see that the slave quarters there and the big house, as they call it, all that's left is walls. But I saw some nails with strings hanging here and there, and I said to Ralph, look at here, this is archaeology. And then we saw one patch of ground where they had chopped off all the shrubs and that. You could see the stobs, and we knew that this was the preparing land ready to dig on, you know, and see what's there. So I wish I was in on that, doing some of that digging.